Welcome to the video lecture on electrodynamometer. So in today's lecture we would see the important components in dynamometer and the working principle of dynamometer. So the lecture contents for today are construction of electrodynamometer and the working principle of electrodynamometer. So in previous videos we saw how to measure current and voltage, especially PMMC was used to measure DC current and moving ion instrument was used to measure AC current and AC voltage. So this present lecture on electrodynamometer. So this electrodynamometer instrument is used to measure electric power. So first we would see the construction of electrodynamometer. So electrodynamometer has two fixed coils and they are divided into two sections uniformly near the center. So these fixed coils are wound with fine wires and heavy wires. So these heavy wire will carry main current in ammeter and wattmeter. So the wire is stranded so that it reduces eddy current loss in the conductors, and the coils are varnished and baked and assembled against the coil supports. The construction is rigid and there is no shifting or change in dimension after the calibration. The mounting supports are made up of ceramic, as the metal parts would weaken the eddy current, so it is made up of ceramic material. So the controlling torque is provided by two springs and which acts or which leads to the moving coil. So you can see two springs here, and these two springs will move on to the moving coil. So the next component will be on moving coil. So moving coil is placed in the center, and a single instrument will have only one moving coil. Moving coil is either a sustaining coil or a non-metallic coil. So we already saw metallic coils are not used because it will cause eddy current and this would weaken the magnetic field. So we don't use metallic coils. And this moving coil is light and rigid in construction, which means though it is light, it is not very delicate. It is rigid in construction. Both fixed and moving coils are air-cooled so that it prevents a damping effect. And next is the moving system. The moving coil is placed on an aluminum spindle. So you can see an aluminum spindle here. So this moving coil is placed on an aluminum spindle which acts as a pointer. And this moving coil carries the counterweights and truss type pointer. So the pointer is a truss type one. So which means you have a small bend to show deflection near the scale. And sometimes high suspension is used in case of high sensitivity. So in order to provide damping, two vanes are attached to the spindle and bottom, and they move in sector shaped chambers. So the eddy current damping is not used because the operating field itself is very weak. In PMMC we had eddy current damping because we were using permanent magnet, and this permanent magnet would produce stronger operating field or more operating field. But here the operating field produces less magnetic field, and so eddy current damping is not provided here. So this two pairs of vanes which is used for air friction damping is not visible in the diagram, but it is present. And next is shielding. So it's already said the magnetic field developed by this dynamometer is very poor. So it is around 0.005 to 0.006 Weber per meter square. So the flux density is 0.005 to 0.006 Weber per meter square. So the produced magnetic field is very poor. So in order to avoid this construction or this instrument from other magnetic fields or stray magnetic fields, it is properly shielded. And air-cooled meter type instruments are protected against external magnetic fields by an enclosure. So that is the reason why this dynamometer is protected with the enclosure type material. And next is cases and scales. So these cases and scales are provided in highly polished wooden cases, and the scale is provided with the scale is provided with a glass, and it is coated with some conducting material so that electrostatic field is removed, and it is properly provided with screws so that leveling is obtained, and the spirit level is kept for proper leveling. So it is kept for a proper leveling. Screws and spirit level is provided, and high precision instruments have 300 mm and with 100, 200, 150 divisions. So looking into the operating principle of electrodynamometer, so as it is told, we have a moving coil, and this moving coil will produce torque in one direction, and it also has an equal effect if the torque is produced in the opposite direction. So if the frequency is low, then the pointer will swing around the zero value, but any meter will have high inertia due to power frequencies, and so the pointer just vibrates around zero. So when the direction of flux is in reverse direction, so every time when the current is given, the movable coil reverses the unidirectional torque. The unidirectional torque is produced both in positive and negative half of the cycle. In electrodynamometer, the field is made to reverse simultaneously if the current in the movable coil and the fixed coil is connected in series. So this electrodynamometer is capable of producing torque in both the direction with the same effect, and if the torque is produced in the opposite direction, then it will convert that torque into a unidirectional torque, and this unidirectional torque is produced in both positive and negative half of the cycle. So the unique feature of this electrodynamometer is, as it is said earlier, it is used to measure electric power. So we know the electric power formula, P is equal to I square R. So in order to provide that I square, the current here is uniformly spread into two coils, and the two coils produces a square effect of current, which is proportional to the torque developed by this electrodynamometer. So the summary of this electrodynamometer is shown with a small video. So just go through the video for more clarity on this instrument.
Construction. This instrument consists of fixed coil, moving coil, pointer and measuring scale. Fixed coil. It is divided into two sections and used to provide a required magnetic field. These fixed coils are connected in series with the load. The fixed coil is also called as current coil. Moving coil. This coil is made up of fine wire and it has many numbers of turns. The moving coil is connected across the supply voltage. It is also called pressure coil or voltage coil. A high resistance resistor is connected in series with the moving coil. The purpose of this resistor is to limit the current in the moving coil. This coil is mounted on the shaft. This shaft is carried by arch ball bearings. The movable coil can rotate inside the fixed coils. Pointer. It is a small needle connected with the movable coil. This needle rotates over the measuring scale. This scale shows the readings directly. Now let us see the working principle. When the supply is given to the circuit, the line current passes through the fixed coils, and the supply voltage given to the moving coil produces a current. These two coils produce magnetic fields. The magnetic field produced by the fixed coil is directly proportional to the load current. The magnetic field produced by the moving coil is directly proportional to the voltage. Due to the interaction between these two magnetic fields, a deflecting torque is produced on the moving coil. Hence, the moving coil rotates along the pointer. The deflection of the pointer shows the readings on the measuring scale.
So hope you got an idea of the instrument electrodynamometer. So this electrodynamometer produces flux or magnetic field in both the coils, and it is proportional to the input current, and the square of the input current shows the deflecting torque, and when the torque is produced, the scale moves, the pointer moves over the scale, and the readings are taken. So this is all about the construction and the working principle of electrodynamometer. Hope this lecture is helpful. So the textbook which I've used for referring this content is A.K. Sahani, a course in electrical and electronic measurements and instrumentation. Thank you.